Hey everyone, we're back today to demo my brand new Cusimax stand mixer. Before we begin, I just want to mention that I'm not a professional baker, and in fact I only started baking in the last year, experimenting with simple recipes. With that said, we're going to start by using the stand mixer to make whipped cream. And because I always want to minimize any mess, we're going to start with attaching the splash guard. Then we'll go in with this whisk. To attach the whisk, just make sure you line up the hole with the tab and then turn until you hear the click, which will mean the whisk is attached properly and securely. Then we can place the stainless steel bowl into the base, also making sure the tabs line up at the base. You'll then want to turn it and wait for the click to make sure it is secured in place as well. Next, we're going to pour in 500 ml of 35% milk fat whipping cream. And then to start the mixer, press the button on the front while pushing down the top. Then use the dial and turn it right. We'll start with a mid-range mixing speed. And here's what it looks like inside. Looks like the mixing beater has sprung into action. And that's how loud the stand mixer is. It definitely is not quiet, but I think that is to be expected. And for a better view, I actually stopped the mixing to remove the splash guard, and now we can have a better view of what is going on inside the bowl. Now let's take a look to see if the whipped cream is ready. Looks pretty good actually. We definitely have stiff peaks, exactly what you want for whipped cream. Next, we're going to make a batter for a pound cake and some muffins, starting with the wet ingredients. The eggs go in first, followed by a pinch of salt and some sugar. Then we're going to go in and mix again. I took the whisk out earlier to wash it out, and now we just need to reattach it before we start mixing the batter. And in goes the mixing bowl. And here you can see the eggs. They look like they're mixing very well. We're going to keep beating the eggs for another couple of minutes. And here I've taken the bowl out so we can add the dry ingredients, including the flour. And we probably don't need to do this, but I'm going to replace the whisk so we can test out the mixing beater. And let's take a look. So far so good, and looks like all the ingredients are mixing well together. And looks like the splash guard is also keeping all the flour dust contained. And here's what our batter looks like before adding the cocoa powder. And here I've returned the bowl of batter to the mixing stand, and I have opened the little lid from the splash guard to add a few spoons of cocoa powder. I love how convenient and mess-free this splash guard is. And after adding the chocolate batter and a few chocolate chips and then baking it, here's the end result for the chocolate chip muffins. I also made a chocolate pound cake. And my next baking endeavor is to make cookies and bread, but based on the results so far, I think it will go well. The stand mixer, although a bit on the loud side, has enough power, and as you saw, it stays securely in place on the countertop due to the very strong suction cups at the base of the stand mixer. Overall, this one is a keeper.